Hello students, this video will hopefully tour you around the course and answer some questions you might have about basic anatomy and physiology in the spring 2016. I hope you had a great break. So let's jump right in. When you get into Canvas, what you'll always see as the front page is one of the pages. So the pages are listed over here, and these are study tools. This first one doesn't say anything much about studying, but down at the bottom, it talks about the first steps you should take in the course. Other pages can be viewed at any time during the semester. I just have one published as the front page. So let's take a look. So for example, we'll do competency demonstrations, which I'll explain in just a minute, but let's look at Unit 1. So in the Unit 1 page, there's all sorts of ideas for what you can do for your competency demonstrations and rubrics. Also, here's where you'll link to the Connect site. So this course has a 4th credit, a lab credit, and you don't have to buy a lab kit, but you have to have a Connect code. So when you click on this link here, we'll go into the Connect site and I'll show you. If you don't have a code, it's no problem. You can purchase one when you click into the class URL for the first time. So when you come into this class, you'll see that there's a study plan, and my picture here might be blocking it. So the progressive study plan, it's called an adaptive study program. So essentially, when you get things right, you move past into new concepts, and when you get things wrong, then you keep having to work through those concepts. If you take the time to actually study, you can earn up to 5% of your total course grade. So if you have an 85, you'll get an A, for example, or if you have a 75, you'll get a B. So let's go in here and check it out. Now I'm already logged in, so it popped me right to this screen, but you'll see a series of screens that will ask you to either enter the code that you purchased with your textbook or to purchase a code. So I've had some questions about this already. Don't worry if you don't have the code, it's fine to have a later edition textbook and then still get this Connect access. So let's go into here. So right here is the study prep for anatomy and physiology. You see it's open for the whole entire semester. And like I said, it is an adaptive study program. You can just sit down and work on it and then save it and walk away. If you finish 20% of it, you'll get 1 course point. If you finish 40%, you'll get 2 course points. So that's how we'll work that. And then you'll have to take a unit quiz. And these come up periodically following the syllabus. They do not close. You have 2 attempts, and I'll reserve the highest attempt. Each attempt you might see new questions, but after you take the first attempt, you should look up the answers and then take the second attempt. This is about 1/4 of your grade, and it's really important in the health sciences that you really practice test taking skills, because unfortunately taking tests is part of your academic career. In other disciplines there might be a lot more writing, but in the medical field you're going to continue to face exams as you progress in your career. There are other study options which don't bear any points, but you can use the old textbook study resources where there'll be flashcards and study guides, and I've tried to pull these study guides out for you. I've had a few students who are very diligent at filling in these study guides. Essentially, it's like a fill-in-the-blank worksheet that you would use while you were reading. And we've encountered places where the information is no longer in the textbook. So don't worry about it. If you miss a question, it's not going to kill you. But know that the point of this is just to facilitate your reading and your studying. Then also down here we have some other open source images, and I just like to set this up so that when you're standing in line at the grocery store or you're waiting for the bus, I mean, you can open this page and you can do something. You can just gaze on this and it will help you to retain information. The more time you spend looking at these concepts, the more you will memorize for your long-term professional knowledge. Okay, so let's move right along. I'm going to skip over the syllabus for a second. Some professors have the announcements as their homepage, but in order for you to see the announcements, you're going to have to click here. The announcements are usually just reminders. They are replicating information from the syllabus or letting you know when I've graded or giving you examples. So check into the announcements. I didn't make very many updates to the syllabus that's published in WebAdvisor, but the syllabus that is here is the current and final syllabus. So you can click on this link and download it, and this is just our schedule that will follow. Now, coming down to modules, notice that I have the course set up in modules. So these are packets of information like units in the course. If you click into something, for example, a discussion, oh, it didn't work that time. You might see up here in this toolbar like that you could go back to assignments, but I don't recommend that because it's not set up as assignments. Just always use this left-hand toolbar to get through the modules to see it in this nice, really organized fashion. And if you're not seeing it like that when you first come into Canvas, somewhere up here, there's a little drop-down menu on the student screen that says View Modules or View Assignments. Another significant portion of our course are the discussions. So each week or every 2 weeks, we will work through a discussion together. And essentially the discussions are set up as study outline development. So you'll make an original post about some outlining certain parts of the unit, and this will facilitate your competency demonstrations and your test taking. So you can see your grades here. So let's go back to the competency demonstrations. So one other thing about this page, when we pass by something, I'll reorder it and I'll put it at the bottom, but everything is available for you to view for the entire semester. There are deadlines, but everything should be open. You shouldn't have to wait to view anything except for a discussion topic, which has to be participated in during the week or two that it's open. So what is the competency demonstration? Essentially, the concept is that there are lots of people in this class for different reasons. People want to be massage therapists, EMTs, paramedics, nurses, all sorts of health professional fields. And what I know and me delivering that knowledge to you isn't as important as what interests you and what drove you to take this class. So I don't want you to get all confused about it. Competency-based education is really a new trend in the health sciences. Essentially, you're doing 6 homework assignments for 20 points each that have to do with why you care about anatomy and physiology. Don't overthink it. It's not super complicated. The concept is that you can diagram, you can make presentations, you can write essays. In this page here, you'll see all the rubrics. So for example, you could just write an essay, like a 5-paragraph essay, which should be familiar to you from high school. You could make a poster, like one you'd see in a doctor's office, but handmade on poster board. You could label a diagram of parts of the human body and describe what each component, what the form and function is. You could also make some kind of oral or audiovisual presentation and post it to YouTube. And you could even approach me with your original idea. So I had a student last semester who made a brochure for the place where she works, and she intended to just leave that out for the clients. and it was a brochure about healthy living at altitude. Okay, when we're in the class, we're going to communicate using this inbox. So I want you to email me in Canvas. Please don't email me at coloradomtn.edu because I'm in the classroom every single day. I have 6 emails associated with different colleges where I work, and I'm also a PhD student, so I have a student email. I am much more reliable in the classroom. I don't really care what the administrative emails I get every day are. So I don't typically go there to look for student communication. Email me in here. With that being said, in the syllabus, you'll see my cell phone number. You're also welcome to text me if you have a question about something and you're doing work and you're not going to have time to sit down for a few days and you need an answer. Don't ask me a super complicated question via text because I do teach several classes. I might not know the answer right off the top of your head, off the top of my head. But I definitely call you back and I'm available for you. Teaching is my primary job. I don't have another job. I do this all day long, but I might be in some other class. So please communicate with me. I'm also a really compassionate human being. If you are gonna miss a deadline, talk to me about it. I hate it when students cry wolf after the deadline. But if you know that something is coming up or you're not feeling well and you're worried that you might miss the deadline, just go ahead and let me know. And that being said, like the quizzes, you can take them late, for example. They don't close, and that is true of other assignments. I did forget to mention we have one other kind of assignment 3 times throughout the semester, which is a case study. So we'll do 3 group writing efforts, and they are afforded their own week in the schedule. So we'll take a break from reading and discussing, and we'll just work on these case studies. And case studies are another key part of health sciences education. So we'll look at a contemporary issue in the medical field, and you'll prepare an essay following the rubric I showed you before. And submit that with your team. So again, teamwork and collaboration are part of the professional environment, and we're trying to model this in our classroom. Okay, I look forward to seeing you. I'll publish the course on Friday, but I won't be in there until Monday. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you soon.